Hello, and welcome to my podcast, Stephanie's Supply Chain Sit Downs. I'm your host, Stephanie, and this podcast is a part of my thesis at Arizona State University's Barrett The Honors College. I'm currently a senior majoring in supply chain management, business data analytics, and business sustainability. One of the academic requirements for Barrett The Honors College is to create a senior thesis. Some people do research projects and some people do creative projects. When thinking about what I wanted to do for my thesis, I chose to do a creative project about the supply chain industry. I decided that it would be really interesting to interview supply chain professionals from different industries to ask them about their experience in supply chain. I also wanted to gather advice that they have for students starting out in the supply chain major or for those entering the workforce. My original plan was to write a paper, but I didn't think anyone was going to read a paper or that it would have the reach or accessibility that a podcast would. So that is why I decided on a podcast. This is episode 1. There will be 4 episodes where I interview supply chain professionals across different industries. I will also have a final episode that will wrap up the previous episodes, and I will share some takeaways I have from talking to the supply chain professionals. My goal for the completion of this podcast is to learn a little more about what it really means to work in the supply chain field. In my classes, we can learn concepts and problem solve through different case studies and projects, but until you are actually working in supply chain, you won't get this whole scope of this industry. With this podcast, I am hoping that it will help give some insight into working in the supply chain field and that anyone who is listening can gain valuable insights from the interviews I have conducted. Thank you so much for listening to my introductory episode. I hope that you are able to listen to future episodes of my podcast. See you in the next episode.